Testing sound. Testing sound again. There, that's better. Mostly last time. The sound was coming out the speakers, and I didn't want it to. Now let's see here. Oh, one last thing that needs to be done. So I've been working on this module mapper, and I've been trying to get the dependency database up and running. And I think I did mostly get the dependency database working for some values of work. I had Junie, which is the AI thingy built into Sea Lion, write me a bunch of tests. And I've decided that I don't like the tests at all. I think they take entirely the wrong approach. They're kind of, yeah, there's a bunch of things that are kind of wrong with them. So I am going to be rewriting these tests, and I've already begun doing it. And so we're going to see after I get done rewriting the tests, I'm going to ask Junie, I'm going to say, oh, this first set of tests you wrote, and the second set of tests a competing AI wrote, just so that it doesn't try to flatter me, the human. What do you think? Which tests are better and why? To see what it thinks of the coding style of each, just because. As I said, I think that the tests that it wrote are absolutely terrible. Not just repetitive, but there's a whole lot of things that they just fail to test. So I want to fix that. Um, Now this is really tricky because compile fake module. Do I want to have it return a bool or not? No, I think most cases the failure of a compilation will result in a in an exception of some kind. We'll double check whether that's the case or not, but it should result in an exception of some kind. So, yeah. Um, Now this I need to test something here, and I think I need to test it. Uh, Okay. Uh, not see what I'm doing here. Yeah, I misspelled it. Oh, exist. Okay. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, okay. That's not helpful. It should indeed have, yeah, that's not helpful at all. It has a, yeah, has an init method right here. Um, that's an annoying. Anyway, okay, that's kind of annoying. So there's our, actually, we'll call it TM key. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm hand starting a compile as far as the database is concerned. So one thing we're going to do here, so yep, nothing in it yet. Oh, That was the wrong thing to do for TMK. It should be test module. That's what it should be. Okay. We'll see what happens when I do this. Um, oh, yes. All right. I got my answer out of this. So compile start. That's exactly what I was looking for. Now we'll do this print again that we did before. Indeed, we now have a module key in there named test module, the option hash I'm expecting. It says it's being compiled by me, and that the last compile success was false, and the also has the module path, but nothing else, which is exactly what I would be expecting out of this. Now, okay. Now let's see here. Out of date. Now we check. dbd dot await, because I want to test something here. Is out of date, and then we're going to go for TMK again, and we get file not found. So we get a log of that, and we get that it is out of date. Okay. So that's how dependency scan works. So let's double check to make sure that dependency scan does that. Is out of date. Aha. So that's what should happen. not see here. Do we get a log here? Trace.out is not our log. Either is foo.text. So no, we're not getting a log output. That's okay. I didn't initialize the logger. But for some reason or other, we're getting this file not found. Let's see why we might be getting file not found. Oh, because it's logger.warning, and the logger is probably configured not to do warnings, but not info. And these two kinds of errors are in fact weird errors, and they should result in warning errors, not infos. Okay, that's what's happening. And then this later logger thing, well, this is kind of an expected situation, right? A changed source file, of course, yes, that is out of date. But that's like a normal course of events. Somebody might change the source file. And then this, well, yeah, again, this is not exactly the normal course of things, except for the fact that the weirdness was already logged as a warning. And so we don't need to worry about logging weirdness here. This is just an ordinary, it's out of date type situation. All right. So now I know. So now I can do is now I can fail the compilation, say it didn't succeed. There. And now if we do it, we're no longer being compiled. The last compile was false. And now we can do like that. Oh. Now I'm going to have to ask somebody something. Well, ask not somebody, something. Okay, that's what I suspected, but I just wanted to make sure. These are basically for if there's an exception while inside the context, then that version of a different version of the exit gets called. So that's good. So none. One thing I should do though is there's actually something in here that I should check out. It's reaching inside the class to look at its internal state in a way that's not necessarily the nicest thing to do, but for a test, it's pretty good. No. We currently have an outstanding compilation that's been recorded as having finished. So that is good. That's exactly the case. And the result of the context manager is false. Yeah, false means propagate the exception. This is basically whether an exception should be propagated. It's irrelevant if there's no exception in the first place. So this is great. Um, and now, poof, outstanding compilations is done. So that indeed worked, and it clarified something for me. So one of the things I wanted to know is how in here in this test should I handle the idea that maybe uh, uh, something failed. Um, so one, I think this should return true or false depending upon whether the compilation succeeded or not. So we're going to change this because this is my fake compilation function, and so I can do whatever I want to in it. There. We're going to do something weird. This is totally weird. But yeah, totally weird. No, no, no. Exactly. The AI got what I was wanting to do right away. So that's nice. Um, so now, okay. We'll just use, and this means I have to put this up here, which is obnoxious. But I'm going to put this class inside here because it's only relevant inside this function. Um, go. And 0.2. There we go. It is not actually missing a there, because it should never reach there. It wasn't smart enough to realize that. Basically, this should loop last result, and if the last result is not equal to blocked, then we return whether it's success or not. Because if it's success, then we've succeeded, and if it's not success, then we have failed in our compilation. So this is the relevant return statement here. But if it was blocked, then we check how long we've been waiting. And if we haven't been waiting too long, we wait for another fifth of a second. Um, and then we continue this loop because last result will be blocked, right? But if it was too long, then it took too long, and there might be a deadlock. And so that's what we're going to say, raise, and we're going to call it a runtime exception. That's what we're going to call it, runtime error. And we'll say a space here and remove it from here, there. Maybe a deadlock. Compilation took too long, maybe a deadlock. And there we go. So basically the only way out of this loop is either this exception here or this return the last result. And so if I just, go here, this is completely invalid. It's going missing return statement on some paths. No, we're not. We either continue looping or we return or we raise an exception. Those are the only things we do. It's just fine, but it's not smart enough to realize that. And so I just had to put this here. And it isn't a cert failure like this. Is just can't happen. Okay. So now this is what we do. Now here, results. Fake source. Is file not found error? What is its parents? That's what I thought. This is a little messy. It would be nice if I could combine these two paths. I'm not quite sure how, but it would be nice. And this is not the right thing to do here, actually. What I should do here is I should do a continue. Because that will basically skip back to the top of the loop. Yes. Or I could just do this. More levels of indentation. Woohoo. Okay. And that's not true anymore. Let's see here. Compilation results is a reasonably complicated thing. It's got a bunch of things in it. What's it look like? Got whether it's a success or not. Not stem. Oh, no, no, no. That's not what belongs here. And success does not have module name in it. I don't know where it's getting its ideas about what should be in compilation results. This is confusing as I'll get out here. So we're going to have to do this by hand. Module path, BMI path. And then that is going to be Then we got dep modules. There we go. That's what we want. And here is the wrong type. We need stir instead. And the same here. There. Just like that. And then this is oh, it's a coroutine, yes. There, no return, and oh. There. Oh, how complicated. So basically, we try to record that we've gotten success. And part of recording that we've gotten success is updating the dependency database with the new dependency scan, right? Um, so that might actually fail, which is that's what this is all about, right? It update dependencies. That might fail. The dependency scan might somehow turn up that something changed while we were compiling. And if that's the case, then it failed and we should complain. We should go, oh, the compilation failed, and maybe we'll have to restart it or abort, or who knows what we should do. But whatever happened, the compilation didn't work, and we should fail fail our compilation. Um, Honestly, we should be removing our destination file as well, but um, and that's what we should do. And we'll import context lib suppress. This is a convenient way of just suppressing errors. So this says, here in this block, we're just going to ignore any OS error happens. So we're going to try and unlink the destination. We don't care if we fail. Uh, uh, like we really don't care if we fail. Yeah, we don't care if it's missing, but we also don't care if the directory isn't there. We don't really care at all. We're just unlinking as a courtesy. Doesn't work. And that's what the suppress is about. Any kind of OS error that happens while we're doing this, we just go, well, don't care. Um, then turn false, return true. So basically, if somehow something bad happened during the compilation, we say we failed our compilation. Otherwise, we say we succeeded. And then obviously, if we failed the compilation for other reasons, we record the compilation as failed and yes. You know what we're going to do here? This is terrible. This is terrible. Uh, say, no, no. Then what we're going to do, there. Indeed, we are missing a return statement on some paths. There. Um, there. So basically, we try to succeed, and if that somehow didn't work, we go, oh, we failed, and then we check again. Then if we failed, and this isn't an else if because we might have changed it. So I put this comment in here because one of the things that somebody could do, a casual reader could go through going if and then if again. What are we doing here? This should be an else if. No, it shouldn't be. So I want to make sure that there's a comment going, not an else if on purpose. Um, and then we return whether the last result was indeed a success or not. All right. Oh, yep. Any bool. So I use results later on. Uh, Here, we're going to rename these just so that we can avoid some confusion because it is kind of confusing. If all task results. So I have to do this because something might be an exception. And so if there's any exceptions in here, then I also want to consider the compilation to have failed. And the exception might register as truthy, right? So I want to make sure. Yes, exceptions are truthy. And so they will show up as being basically true. So I have to check explicitly for true because exception is also an indication of a failed compilation. So false or an exception is a failed compilation. So I have to make sure that TR is true because that's the only thing that's a successful compilation. Um, uh, oh no. All right. If is instance tr exception logger warning, blah, 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 blah. Not see here. And actually, I need it to be like that. So I needed I so that I could index into fake to find out which module it was that it failed for. Because you notice when I set up all these tasks, um, yeah, this is oh, there we go. That's the right way to do it. It still does not understand how enumerate works, but that's okay. Uh, I should create tasks in a slightly different way. I should say that's how I should do that. There we go. So when we're computing tasks here, um, we're trying to compile all the submodules in the order that they appear in the fake mods. So we can then index into the results, or we can index into these list of modules for the results, because the results index will be the same because of the way this whole thing works. So I can find out what module had the exception and print it out here. Um, so yes. Actually, I can just put the F there and it'll work. There we go. And this should be actually, it should be success. All right. Start compiling. Then we launch compilations for all of the things, and then, yep, okay. Now, one thing I could do here for this fake thing, I could also have compilation time listed here as a parameter, and then use that to have a delay in this thing. Also, too, I need to set up a logger. So we're going to do it this way. And so I'm asking ChatGPT if I should initialize a global logger at all. Okay. There. There we go. Grab logging. I now no longer need coroutine from typing. All right. Am I happy with this? Yes. Yes, I am. More importantly, if I import it, does it work? So PyTest. Indeed it does. Okay, so at least that's working. Now, one of the things I'm wondering here as I look at this, I just realized that people may have been chatting at me and I might have completely missed it because oh, hello there, Mr. Sir Elfman, because I have not been looking at the appropriate window for this. So let's see here. Nobody has been chatting at me. Oh well. But and Sir Elfman disappeared. uh, but so the thing that I'm wondering here is, should I put in some hooks here so that the testing framework can do some tests at each point in time? Um, Not sure exactly how typing callable should work here. Let's look at Python. What does Python think about typing callable? Right, so what does it say for callable? How does callable work? Hmm, I see. So what it's saying here is I have to do it like this, there, like that. Yep. And this should actually be a return true. Oh, actually, no. Yep, there we go. Oh, There. Arr, arr. Not compile start. There we go. That's what we want right there. Data class. We'll just call it underscore. There we go. No. There. So these are hooks to allow, basically to allow the testing harness to sort of get in there and find stuff out. Um, yes. And the internal, if last result is internal skip, uh, yeah, we're we're done. So there we go. Let's make sure that it still imports properly. Okay. So now I'm going to record that I'm all right. Now I think I'm going to see what I can do about Junie. So here I'm just letting Junie write things. We'll see how well it does. As I said, I really did not like what it wrote in the first place. Oh, it's right. I made a mistake. Darn it. That was a big oversight. Oh well. Specifically, test concurrent header update fails. It found a bug. This is just not going the way I want it to. I think I am going to abort this. I don't think it's going well. We are going to uh, we are going to stop this. We're going to roll all of these things back. It found a problem, and I am going to fix the problem. First, it found a problem in the way the scaffold runs, right? Um, then it also found another real problem. That's the reason why I do this. All right. Yeah, this needs a lot of work, and I have to head out now. So I will do that work at some future point in time. Not today. Well, maybe today, but later today, uh, and not on stream probably. But if I do it later, I might do it on stream. This has some significant uh, errors. Some I really have to think through the concurrency on this more carefully than I have. Um, then the other thing that I really need to do is I need to check dependency scan to make sure that it can uh, it can the check header works correctly. Some of the other things work correctly because right now they're doing a check against the output file time, and for the header files in particular, it's not. It should be the compilation start time, not the output file time. Um, that's what it should be checking against. So, uh, yeah, that's another change I'm going to have to make because checking it against the output time is pointless. Yeah, it basically it checks. Oh, in between the time the compilation succeeded and the time I'm going through my scan, did any of the header files change? It's like, no, no, they didn't in the like 5 milliseconds between those two events. That's pointless. Should be did the header file change while we were compiling it? So that's the check I'm gonna have to make. Anyway, that's it for this evening. I have a bunch of work to do. Doing it possibly off stream, possibly a different evening, or possibly a later stream. I hope to be back Tuesday.